It's like this thing is tripping me out. Like it's messing my eyes with my focus.
Why is it messing with your eyes?
Because it's just like it's out of focus, but it's in focus. So it's like my eyes are like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like
It doesn't understand.
Oh, because it's blocking you now.
No, not because it's blocked. Because it's just like an illusion.
How is it illusion? I
It's
don't
the
understand.
curves of it, like my eyes are focusing on the back and the front, and doesn't know what to do.
Oh, so
it's tripping out.
so if you guys are tuning in,
Oh my
Hugo
God.
Sanders got a little windscreen, microphone windscreen. We're stepping up on the studio.
It's tripping. It's tripping me out right now.
Next
I
thing,
gotta stop looking at it.
next thing you know, we're gonna have a whole bunch of guys around here holding the mics and everything.
Oh my God. That's how professional we get.
Welcome to
We've started. Oh my God.
podcast number 3.
Podcast number 3.
Number 3.
We're gonna talk about something big today, Nano.
It's gonna get pretty crazy.
I don't think it's gonna be a long conversation because I think my description of the devil is gonna be pretty easy and simple.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff. You're just gonna go out and plain and say it like what it is, but there's a lot of little hidden innuendos. I learned that yesterday.
Well,
Innuendos
yeah, I mean,
that you got to talk about too.
I guess.
Well, guys, this is Pastors Guild. Thanks for joining us. And so let's go ahead and step right into it. What's up with the devil?
Okay, so the devil. Obviously, the devil's gonna have like demons that are gonna be roaming the land. But I think I want the main objective is for the devil to break the seals, and then that's how
That's cool.
Like if the devil has the demons break the seal, then it's like it opens up the gate for the devil to roam the land. But if you have like the good guys break the seal, though they don't break the seal, they like solidify it. So then like
Alright.
he can never get out. The devil can never get out. And the devil's
That's
gonna
cool.
be a woman, which I guess is bad.
It's different.
A very feminine, super attractive woman with fiery hair.
Depends.
Like literally, her hair is gonna be fire.
I mean, the part of the devil is a really, really important role, you know. And
Yeah,
and-
but
and
I'm gonna make her. I want her to be like funny, like evil funny, you know,
have a sense of humor.
like a sense of humor, funny. Like okay, I mean, there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
A lot of people.
A lot of other movies,
events,
books,
ideas. Oh,
other
okay.
that have done
Concepts.
they have made the concept of the devil just being like a regular guy that just happens to be the devil, like
Right.
not really like. I don't know. People just seem like super evil, which is like the devil can be super nice. Like he doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, the devil can't be nice. He's in like the. Well, I guess. I mean, no, the devil can't be nice. What do you? I'm okay. Explain. It
I
to
mean,
me.
like he doesn't like what's
to me.
what's worse, like seeing like a madman come at you and like he has a knife and he's gonna stab you. Like that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
But like if you really think about it, what
and
if-
that's how most devils are.
yeah. So
Crazy
But what if
guys.
it's just like this super nice girl that gives you a hug and just starts stabbing you in the? You weren't expecting that, right? You weren't expecting this
Sounds-
super nice, cute little girl like, hey, hug time, and then she hugs you and she's like
God,
stabbing your back and like
die.
killing you, and like she just walks away and like that was fun and like. To me, that's more interesting than just like seeing a madman with a knife. And of course, that's scary. But I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
cool.
I think that's done more. You know, a lot more than just like a regular like. Hey, I'm just a regular folk that likes to eat people like that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's better. That's more interesting to me.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. It's a lot more interesting than the regular, you know, what we see the Hollywood devil as.
Right.
Like, but you know, times have also changed too, where they make like the bad guy a lot more interesting. But this was gonna be kind of cool. I mean, I can't even imagine her with fire hair.
Yeah. So fire hair. It's just she's gonna be very attractive, obviously, and just like I want her to be like a housewife. Like I want her to like every time we go to the devil, she's always like cooking or making food or getting supper ready
Yeah.
for her like minions and like so like the only times we're ever gonna see the devil is like when somebody like a demon or like a bad person or the bad like I guess boss we can
Right.
say. So like the bad boss is like needs help from the devil and obviously he's gonna pray to the devil. And I don't know if I'm gonna call her the devil. She'll probably have some other name, like Mary, like
A regular name.
like a regular name.
Let me ask you this: Is it so the devil's okay? So what you're saying essentially is the devil's not allowed to be out of her
Domain.
domain. And
Yeah.
the domain is.
But she still controls all the demons, you know.
right.
Like not like control them, like they all get the power from her, so they're all subservient or sub.
What does that mean?
Like
Subsidian.
she's above them all because they know that if she takes away their power, then they're just useless, you know. They're just they're bags of meat instead of like powerful monsters or powerful demons.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: how is she giving them powers? Like
I think
like,
it's just like
like magically.
well, what I was saying is like
Well, they
it's
are
just like an
devils.
essence, like not really. They just have the power. Like I guess you would say bless them with the evil powers.
Yeah.
But then like
Yeah.
what I wanted to do is when like the main bad guy is, you know, prays to the devil, then all of a sudden we zoom to like the devil just like cooking like a pie and just baking like something.
Wait, I got it. Like you hear a ding,
Yeah.
and then like it's like the oven.
Yeah, like the oven, and then like she sneezes because that's a very like anime thing where like she sneezes and then like evil like just flies out of her and like goes straight into that person or whatever that person is praying to. So it would be like optional. And so it would either become like super powerful, like so that it can beat up the good guys.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the whole point. That's what I wanted to do.
Why don't you give me a what is it called? Like a whole scene of the devil. Like
Well, we
just
can
like
do
one of the scenes.
You remember I was talking to we've talked about the first book, like we've completed the first book verbally, I guess.
Yeah.
So remember, there's that scene where the mayor of the the lord of the castle, he's like he's realizing he's gonna get defeated, so he runs to like a statue.
Okay.
And then like he kneels down to and starts to pray to the devil or whoever we name the devil, whatever we name the devil, starts praying to the devil, and all of a sudden like we go to like the devil, and then like
Okay. I see.
the devil's baking the thing, and then she sneezes, and then like immense power just irradiates from her, just you know, it just flies, and then like
So it
hits,
flies all the way to the town.
yeah, it flies all the way to that castle, and then like it hits whatever like I'm gonna make it. It's gonna just be optional. Like it's either gonna be. It could maybe even random. That would actually be funnier. Like if we made it random.
What do you mean random?
Where it just like it hits whatever it can in that general area, and so like that way we can have, you know, gags later on. But it just randomly, and it hits like the ox that they're worshiping. So boom, it hits the ox, and the ox becomes like a big monster that like it's got like the devil powers,
Right.
essentially. But obviously it's not as powerful as the devil, but it's got the powers. And so now like our heroes have to fight this monster. So that's what's gonna happen pretty much every time.
That's really cool.
So
Like
that's what I want to do.
I see there would be like a little cutscene to
Yeah, it's just a cutscene to the devil.
So like you know, like for example, you're saying that, you know, like he's praying to the bull or to whatever statue it is, and then all of a sudden you hear it, you know, going to a cutscene, ding.
Yeah,
This is ready. And then she's all like, achoo.
And it ruins her pie, and then like, like I don't know why that makes me laugh so much, and I want to have that because I just think we're gonna tackle all like the demigods, you know. So all,
What
like,
is demigod?
well, like
Or
a demigod is like a lesser god, so not like so there's God, and then the demigods are all these other like mythical gods that we have. Like Thor
Right.
is a demigod. I mean, in Norse mythology, like he's seen as a god, just like a regular god, but he's not like the god. I don't know how to explain that, but
He's like a subsidian god.
yeah. So we're gonna have all those gods. Like, I mean, any that we want to tackle. I don't think we should go to like. I want to look into the Bible and see what other gods they talk about, but I don't think we should tackle the same ones that are constantly being tackled. You know,
Well, I mean,
like Zeus. You always hear about Zeus.
yeah. I mean,
You always
obviously,
hear
I
about
don't,
Medusa.
I don't think calling them the same thing, right? Is that what you're saying? Or like,
No, I mean we should maybe call them. I don't know.
we'll figure it out.
I don't know if we should call them the same. I mean, I think people would get it, or maybe like the pastor will get it. Like he'll see, oh look, that's so and so. But I think we should get like. There's this new movie called I can't even say the word.
What?
Hereditary.
What? Really? Haven't heard of it.
Hereditary.
Who's in it?
I don't know. It's just like I don't even know who's in it.
It's like
but
new?
but so they bring the concept of a new god, and I think he's like Aramaic. I think he's like one of those, like a god from that
from
belief,
those times.
just from those beliefs.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it was really interesting. I think the movie's really good because of that. I haven't actually watched it, but I've heard that it's really good.
Where is it
But
on?
I
Like
think,
on Netflix, or is it like a real? It's like on.
No, it's on like in the theaters.
Oh, it's in theater.
theaters,
I
yeah.
want you to go watch it.
But like it was made. What it looks like a whole new. They introduced a whole new god that really people didn't know about. You know,
That's
or like
interesting.
a demigod or whatever.
Well, I mean,
But he's not a good guy. He's a bad guy. So.
yeah, wait. So you're saying that god already exists, but he's from a different.
It's a god that
belief.
exists in this belief, but like he's not a common god. He's not Thor. Everybody knows Thor.
Well, I mean,
he's not Medusa.
I think that's what's common to us, right? Like Thor, Zeus.
Right, yeah, what's common to us. But even then, I think,
Pegasus.
I mean, there is a lot of gods out there, like
Yeah.
little g gods, just like so many of them, and like as a society, we only make stories for certain ones, you know.
Right. Uh-huh.
And then like I would like to introduce like new little ones, you know, that are
That's
interesting.
cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I'll probably do that
That's a really good idea.
because they come up with a lot of mythology, a lot of like information.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they all have their own like little attribute, and that classifies them. You
Yeah.
know, like for example, like Medusa. Is it Medusa?
Yeah, like Medusa.
Medusa. Like,
Medusa's like, I don't know if it's like
she
god
makes
or
it.
something.
Well, she like looks at them and then they turn to stone.
Yeah.
Right.
So they all have their rules and their
Snake hair.
powers. Yeah, but it's like Medusa's done so many times, you know, like so
Right.
many times. So let's not do Medusa. Let's not do Kronos. Like a lot of Greek gods have been done a lot.
Yeah. No, yeah, that would be really interesting because people will be like, oh, well, it's kind of funny because when things like that happen, you get ideas from other parts or areas or whatever. You're like, why is this? It seems like it's right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, because the idea is already well solidified. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's already there, and you look at it, you take from it, and then I don't know, it introduces people to new
And then you
new
add
bad
to it.
guys. Yeah,
You add to it.
I like it when stories like, I don't have any examples of this, but like when a story like takes like, oh, there's this monster, oh, he used to believe that he was like the forest god of blah 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 blah, and he murdered people, you know,
Right.
and that's kind of cool. Like I like knowing like the origin of certain monsters.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. So, are you gonna have a origin story to these demigods? Are they gonna have their own?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I think it wouldn't be. Like, it wouldn't be. It would just be like a little text, like somebody comes across a little text. Oh, the god of gold. Oh, interesting. Then they used to do this to that person, but it's not gonna
Yeah.
be like, we're not gonna really focus on that too much. Like it won't matter how the origin of the god wouldn't. It's not gonna matter as far as defeating the god. Which
Right.
normally you need to know the origin to defeat the god, because it's not going to matter. Because what we're going to say is that our god is more powerful than all these demons
Exactly.
and these demon gods. So it doesn't, like, the real power is within like each one of our characters and like what they learn and how they defeat this monster. You know,
Right.
it's not really going to be talking about, you know, defeat him with knowing his background, because that won't matter.
Let me ask you this: Do you have already a demigod in place for this Pastor's Guild, or no?
What do you mean, for which one?
Like
Well-
already like one that you know of that's gonna be.
No, just I
sure
got
in
that
there.
calf. I haven't gotten as far in the story to the point where they meet one of them.
Yeah, but it's really interesting that it's things are getting like all constructed like now. Like even after the first comic book is gonna come out, like everything's getting constructed. Like we have the main concept of the whole comic book, but
Yeah.
like, but I think that's right though. I think it's right to like take the step before knowing exactly having the whole plan out, because I don't know, I'm really
So I have
a
like
fan of that.
the skeleton and some of the meats of the story and everything.
Knowing what you want, but not exactly how it's all gonna get played out.
Yeah. I don't know how it's all going to play out. I mean, that depend on like conversations and stuff like that. Because then,
Right.
like, people learn things, and like that, like the god from that movie, Hereditary.
That guy.
That guy. He's like, that's interesting. Like, that's maybe, if we would have had a conversation with somebody else and they saw that movie and they told us about that, be like, oh, that's really cool. That's like, I would like to learn from other people like, and see what they like. If they bring up like, oh, you hear about this person, like it. A lot of people study stuff like that, and it's just like it's not well known. Like it's not in movies. It's not until somebody puts it in.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And nobody knows about it until somebody actually makes. And you know what it is also. It takes a lot of guts to put a god that's not known.
Yeah.
In a story, because usual producers will be like, go with Zeus, he's popular.
Yeah, yeah.
Or go with Thor, he's popular.
Yeah.
Or
Well, we're gonna avoid all that. Like, and you're right. I also think it's more interesting to be like somebody goes like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. That I want to research that. Are they telling the truth? Did they? And then if we take from the history books of that mythology or whatever, whichever god we pick, like we'll be able to. They'll be able to see like, oh yeah, we took a lot from that. We took a lot from the origin of that god. So I think that's I like to expand people's minds in that way. Like I don't believe in those gods. It doesn't matter to me. And I think that's where that's kind of
that's where it gets the argument.
Yeah, that's where like it gets like,
you believe in that god?
Yeah,
no.
You put him on your book. You must believe in him. It's like, no, he's a bad guy. We're gonna destroy him, but we're gonna respect that people that wrote about him. Like it's not even about like that god, because I feel like a lot of that stuff is story. Like a lot of like think about leprechauns, and they're all stories that somebody was like, it'd be cool. There's like a little guy that gave me gold, and we call him a leprechaun. Like right. I feel that's where it originally came from, and then somebody just started spreading word of mouth. And then just like it became so it's not like we're giving like any kind of acknowledgement to the god itself, but I feel like is giving acknowledgement to the person that created. Like those were the comic books of those days,
Right.
Talking about Zeus, that was a comic book back then. That was a book back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like who cares about that? Like focus on the give praise, I guess, to the person that wrote it, like whose ideas like expanded so much, so it just created this other world. And I feel that's what happened. Not like, obviously people like worship those guys, so I guess that's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, people are going to talk about it. It doesn't matter if you use the god or not. They're not gonna. They're going to make up their own little belief about why you're putting it. They're gonna say he's a devil worshiper. He's got the devil in there. He's giving the devil credit.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like that's
everyone's gonna talk.
Like it's like if you listen to Metallica, you must be a devil worshiper. It's like, no, I just listen to Metallica and I listen to this other stuff.
Talking about Metallica, they have. Have you heard a song called "Call of Cthulhu"? Well, I didn't know.
Well, I know the name is Cthulhu, right?
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you do? What
I know.
What do you know about it?
I know that Cthulhu is like from the book of the Necronomicon. Like that.
I don't know what.
He's like a monster, like that will destroy the world.
Yeah, he's like a. Yeah, I guess he's like Pirates of the Caribbean, that guy with the squid.
Well, yeah, he's got a bunch of tentacles.
That's kind of like how he looks like.
But he's bigger, like big enough to destroy the world. I think that's the whole point of him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like the most powerful monster ever.
So like when they put him in there, like I didn't even know about this. I didn't even know, but like it reminded me of what you're saying. Using other ideas to like bring forth your own ideas. I was like, that's crazy. They made a song about him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Like what? Like I bet you anything that like they had to know something about him to create a little piece of music.
Well, it's a book. I know I forget who wrote it. I used to have it on my Audible. But it's a book, and it's like a bunch of stories, and one of the stories is Cthulhu. It's a god. I think he is like a world destroyer, but he sleeps like in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Bottom of the ocean.
And like he just stays there. He's like asleep and dormant.
Well, don't even go too far to what's that movie? That really high grossing movie, Avatar, with the blue guys. Like when they made that movie, it was not it was not like, oh, here's millions of dollars, go make this movie. He was like, hey, we should go to China to I have this idea. There's a couple of islands over there. I think James Cameron, right, the director?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of islands over there. They're really cool. I want to go and make it, our own. I want to put this inside a movie. It's like they actually paid money to go over there, and then I don't remember the story too well, but it was something like this. Like they went over there and they took like videos and images of the island, and then they're like, oh, like they used those islands inside of Avatar. Like obviously they changed them, but they kind of got inspiration. Remember that one time I sent you a text? I was like, this would be a really cool idea for that castle.
But yeah, I think I kind of remember seeing that.
Yeah, like it's not like you're copying it. It's just kind of like you're growing.
Oh yeah, you put the
You're
castle
growing
on the
off
hill.
it.
Yeah, but and that's funny because I did think about that. That was the first thing I thought of, the castle on the hill. I was like, my castle.
We never talked about it either.
Yeah, we never talked about it. But we don't want to talk about it. But let's go back to the whole monster thing.
Monsters.
So you're right. Like you take like it's funny you talk about like Avatar because Avatar is just like a story about cowboys and Indians.
Right.
Like this age's story of cowboys and Indians, where like the blue people are like the Indians, and then like
Yeah, exactly.
and so it's just like that. That's all it is.
That.
It's just like it's such a simple concept, but now we just threw it in a different planet where there's different beings.
So essentially, what concept do you think you're coming off of here? It's kind of like Zelda, huh? Link.
I would have to say yeah, I would have to say kind of.
It's a really popular video game.
The most popular.
Almost everybody knows about it.
The best game ever. If you don't know about it,
get out this podcast.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that.
What if somebody's like?
It would make me sad.
Someone's like, I don't know what that is. I'm out of here.
Zelda. Anyway, so yeah, I guess kind of. Yeah.
Well, I mean, seals and all that. Like, it's not like that's what I'm saying. It's not a bad thing. Like exactly like Avatar is a
I think
story about
maybe you could
Indians.
say maybe you could say like I started thinking about Zelda, but then you know what's funny? Like yeah, I do recall when I was younger thinking how Zelda's fun, but how much funner it would be with more people. Like if more people played and you weren't
at the same time.
You weren't Link and somebody was Link, somebody was somebody else, and then like there was more than one person playing the game.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And so like that was interesting, but yeah,
that's cool. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's way different, obviously, right? Because there's one hero doing everything, and here there's 6 heroes.
There's 6 heroes doing
everything. So it's way different, but the concept is kind of the same. Like they're going to a boss in a sense. Excuse me. They're trying to free the people.
Yeah.
And I guess that's not really kind of. Is that kind of how Zelda is?
Well, yeah, like he has to go to a dungeon and gets like a part of the heart and clears the land. And he gets a weapon that he'll need later on. And that's pretty much all he's doing.
Is that what's happening?
And then he clears and then like the second part of it he clears seals, and the seals with what he needs to enter like the super dungeon to fight Ganon.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're all different. They're all similar and they're all different. I mean, actually if you think about it, they're all pretty much the same.
Like the way the dungeons and the monsters?
Yeah, I mean, like the dungeons, everything's different, but it's kind of like you got to go defeat 7 dungeons, and then after that you got to go do something else 7 times, and then after that you can fight the boss. Like it's just like it's a very easy formula, and they have like a lot of games out of that.
Yeah, that formula that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But the difference here is they're gonna be origin stories. Every single little thing. Not every single little thing, but to a lot of
No, but we're
stuff.
Gonna have a lot of origin stories.
And it's way it's you're like mixing Zelda with the Bible.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
In a sense.
That's a fair comparison, mixing Zelda with the Bible.
Because you got to think about like what we're making is coming off of our inspiration of what the life or whatever we've been inspired, what we were inspired from. So it's got to be kind of close to something similar to what we're doing.
Yeah.
But with our own, because Pastors Guild was like is like something that's been in process for a long time, and I think when you say in process for a long time, it's kind of like saying the idea of it has been in process.
Yeah,
for
the
a long
idea
time.
has been in process for a long time, just marinating. But yeah, it is Zelda with the Bible, and it's just like it's just in that same pot, I guess you can say. But it's interesting. I like it, and I like the fact that it's just like I want to tell this story that I have, and then like I want everybody to see the backstories of people. So I want I don't know. It's just, and I want it to be where it's like, oh, a Christian wrote this. That's pretty interesting. Not just like, oh yeah, the Bible retold. I don't I don't want to do that. I still want to have like biblical like references, biblical teachings, like all that stuff in there. But I don't want it to be like how do you tackle those issues nowadays? Like when they have biblical reference like that didn't 3,000 years ago were like they don't don't fit in nowadays. You know, they don't explain technology. They don't explain, you know, how to live your life. I guess. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very simple.
Okay, are there gonna be Easter eggs in the Bible, or is it gonna be straight up? Hey, this is Bible talk.
Not, I think no, it's gonna be straight out Bible talk. Because the pastor, that's what he has. He has the Bible. Like he'll walk around and be able to read. Like remember,
So he has like a book. Why don't you
He
give
has-
him like, why don't you give him like an iPad? He's like, I got the Bible in
oh my
here.
god, because like how do you charge an iPod in a world where there's no electricity?
Well, there's got to be a way, like some rock that's
Well, you know, it's funny.
mystified.
In the cartoon, I wanted to give him like a iPod, where he could just like listen to music, and then it would have like a solar charger. I mean, solar chargers exist,
Yeah.
so he would have a solar charger, listens to music.
Wait, so solar chargers exist then in this world?
Well, no, because he brings.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was not a spoiler.
That was not a spoiler.
It was like a half spoiler there because I don't really understand it until now. But now I'm like, okay, I get it, but because I know what you're gonna finish.
Yeah.
But someone is like, what? Bring it? What?
Well, hopefully they don't get it.
What do you mean?
Let's
bring
go
it?
back to the devil. Did I finish talking about the devil?
I think you covered most of the
I think people are
things
gonna like the devil. Is that wrong?
to for people to like
The
it.
character of the devil is gonna be funny and interesting.
We're gonna get a lot of hate for this.
Are
Here
we?
go. People are gonna be like, "What do you mean like the devil?
I
This
mean,
guy's crazy."
Like I think they're gonna laugh at the devil. Also, if we do a cartoon or anything like that, the devil's gonna have like a male voice, like a very deep guy voice. But
a female devil with the male deep male voice.
deep male voice, maybe even my voice. But I want him to like, hi honey, like, hi honey, I love you. Come here, let me give you some sugar. Like
I like it.
Like
I like
that.
it. Wait, so the
Hilarious.
devil has also a counterpart?
No, I don't. No, I think that would just be the devil talking. So when everybody that prays to the devil gets killed, they end up like sitting at the devil's like dinner table, and she's like gonna feed him.
Like the fallen
And
demons.
she's gonna feed him something they don't like.
The fallen demigods.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a really good idea.
I want him.
I can imagine the devil being like around like in a big giant, not giant. Well, maybe even giant. What are those called? Not round table, like the long ones.
Just a long table.
And then like she's at the end of it, and it's like a beautiful feast.
And
then what happens?
But like she's like the guy, like he doesn't eat onions, and she like brings him onions, and he's like, I don't like onions, and she's like, eat them
Now.
And then like the guy's like, oh my god, I don't like onions.
This is
That'd be so hilarious.
I like it.
That makes me laugh.
We gotta get to work.
You know
on
what's funny? A lot of this stuff is just like what makes me laugh, and hopefully other people laugh at it too.
But
Like,
isn't that modern society usually what makes one? I mean, as long as it's not offensive to them.
yeah.
It-
Like I don't think anything I think is funny is offensive.
Like, yeah, exactly. But a lot of people do think something funny. Like they're like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
funny to me. It's like, well, it's kind of like not funny to me because it's
Yeah.
offending my
Yeah,
family.
I
or
hope that I
something.
do a good job with that because I don't.
No, I'm pretty sure you do. What is for example, like Kevin Hart? You know, like
Mhm.
99% of people who listen to him think he's funny. That like him.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it's like I don't know. It's like it's more like people are gonna get to know, you know, mostly yours and some of my personality. You know, in this Pastors Guild.
And the whole point too for me is like not to just have my personality, but have other people be a part of this project and have their personality in there. Because what if they find something else funny and it's actually really really funny? Like I just feel like that's what I want to create.
Yeah, like we said in the first or second podcast, I don't know. We said
This is why you shouldn't keep count
this is
because we're just gonna forget.
yeah. Well, it was one of those podcasts, but we were saying that if you guys want to give us any ideas, we're open to them. Any cool stories, we're
But
open to
I
it.
still think people should wait until we.
But this is the thing, like you guys can bring in your stories. Now it's up to us if it's people are gonna send some stuff and we're like, okay, doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. It's not it's not 100%, but we really appreciate it. And then
Yeah.
to
I
people
mean,
to get involved and send us messages right there on our Instagram page.
do you want to save the Thomas story for later, or should we do that now?
You mean in the podcast or in the comic book?
The podcast.
Podcast. No, I think it should be a different story.
Okay.
I mean, a different podcast because I think we're like about, I don't know, almost an hour.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I think we are. I'm not sure.
Hey, we do really good at not cussing.
Well, it's because we never cuss. Do you cuss in real life?
I mean, I guess I do. I don't know.
I don't.
I thought I
personally
did.
like- Well, you're a bad person.
No, it's not a bad person. I realize I don't. Yeah, I don't. I guess in podcasts I don't cuss.
So what about the 3-in-1? You
We
guys are
haven't.
gonna hear all about the 3-in-1.
You know what? This should be podcast number 4 because we can't talk about the devil first before we talk about the 3-in-1.
No, there's no rules to this. It's kind of more
They're gonna be
interesting.
like, you talk about the devil first. You love him more than you love the 3-in-1.
No, it does not. It does not mean we love the devil just because we put him first. It
Okay,
means
well, how
that-
about they stay tuned for next time for the conversation of the 3-in-1?
That's exactly what I'm saying. So what do we say in this podcast?
What do we say?
Come on, you forgot.
Stay tuned to Pastor's Guild. Like that.
It was someone like that.
We gotta work on this.